ਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and supporting us during this time. As most of you know, my name is Jugesh. I am the oldest grandson of Jugesh Kohli. And honestly, this is a time for celebration of life, right? She had a really great life. And as you can see from the pictures, it was truly great. And so I just want to celebrate her life and tell you some of the instances and great times we had, right? So to begin with family, we had some great times as a family. So I want to share just a couple stories of that. As I was going through the pictures last night, some of the recent moments and some things that she would always tell us. One being she had very long hair, and Sarab, when he was younger, he would always pull her hair. So she would always laugh and enjoy and smile at those moments, right? And she would tell us every day and really cherish that moment. Another such moment was when I was younger. I remember we were in India, and it was during Diwali, I believe. And she just, and there were fireworks playing. So I was young and scared. And I went up to her and I was like, protect me, save me, right? And she was always there to be there for me. So needless to say, her spirit was always very high spirited, very, very caring, right? She, we were lucky to have her move with us last year and spend time with us at our home. And one of the great memories from that is I started learning how to play dole. And so I would come down with my dole and just play. And she would just start dancing, just having fun. And that's the spirit she had the whole time throughout her life, right? And that's something that we want to definitely remember her by. Now, when it comes to friends, first of all, thank you to all the friends and family for being here, especially everyone on Zoom who was here from India and all over the world. Thank you so much for all your support, all your great wishes, all your great words throughout her whole life, supporting her throughout this whole time. We really appreciate everything you guys have done for her and us as a family. So moving on to friends, just some fun moments, right? I always remember her by the dinner parties and kitty parties she had. She was definitely one to just go and socialize as much as possible. The funny thing is, whenever I'd call her from the US, it was always late night or early morning for me and late night for them. I would always hear they're at some party. So that was always very nice to see. And I always cherish that, right? And something that I've taken on is, be social, and that's something I learned from her. Um, so with those parties, it was always, those friends and those longtime friends were always there, and really really admired the respect everybody had for her, and the respect she had for others as well. She was definitely a role model for many, and she had a passion to serve the community. So one instance I remember is I was in India for a couple months, and she told me, "Hey, you should go do community service, go serve the people." So I really learned that from her, and it was truly truly a blessing, to just learn from her, learn how she serves the community, protects the community, especially needy people and unfortunate in India. So something that I definitely cherished as well from her. So just a few closing comments here. Just looking back on her life, a couple things that she loved to do. She loved mangoes. Um, and I always remember we would go to India, and she had, I don't know, 5 or 6 mango trees, and she just would pick them out herself and give them to us and feed us. And just her joy in that moment, on those moments, whenever we went and saw her, just unbelievable. She was always a boss lady. So she would always, whenever she organized events, make sure everything is done to the T. And I definitely took that from her, I believe, making sure each and every detail is planned out, and rallying the troops to make sure everyone's, on the same page. Um, so lastly, she was a world traveler, something that, if you saw the pictures as well, you saw that she has pictures all over the world, and she loved it, and she loved collecting. So in our house, we had numerous collections of various artifacts, throughout the world. So that was something that really, meant a lot to her and means a lot to us, right? And lastly, she was very devoted to Guru. She was very devoted to Sikhi and making sure that we instill those values as well. So I just want to close with that and say, she had a very great life, and we should celebrate those moments. And that's what I'm going to remember her by, right? Just her teaching me her great things, and her high spirit. I think those are the best ways to remember her by, and she will definitely appreciate that as well. So lastly, with that, again, I would like to thank the family and friends for being here today, supporting us during this time, and also all the caretakers during when she moved to the US. Really, really thank you guys for all your support, your caregiving, your very gentle nature, to support her in this time. And lastly, the Palmetto Funeral Group, thank you for accommodating us, and thank you for getting this organized for us. So thank you all. And so now we'll be doing Ardas. If you don't have a head covering, oh, sorry. Before we do Ardas, we'll have some more speakers. If anyone else would like to come up and speak, please do.
Good afternoon. My name is Barbara Drakeford. I am one of Mr. Guest's caregivers. Not only am I a caregiver, I am also a phlebotomist. So she was actually an assignment to me. When I got the assignment with Mr. Guest, I didn't think at first I would be able to do it because she was not able to speak to me. And I'm going to try to stand up here and not cry, for I called her mama because I loved her. I loved her. And they'll tell you, her family will tell you the deep love. Like, I literally would tell Brandon, I call her the general, and I would say, I will fight you about mama. The passion that she taught me, I learned who her music and how she praised God and how she made me sit down and listen. I said, well, mama, who are you listening? What does it say? She said, Guru means praise God. That is our God. So I learned to begin to listen and enjoy her having it on television. And at night times, she would teach me. She would always say, come. And I was the one that was with her when she passed. I was the one that she took her last breath with. I was the one that called Mr. and Mrs. Beatty. I'm gonna tell you something. I've worked for 2 Indian families. This Indian family is spectacular. It is such a marvel to work with them. Their caring, their giving, their love, their compassion. They did everything you could do for mama. Um, she always hugged me and she would pat my head all the time. And before she would always say, when do you work next? Like she never wanted me to be off. So my heart is broken. Like I'm literally broken. It's more deeper than me now have to find another job. It's deeper than that. Me not being able to come to their home, it's just such a joy every day. I look forward to coming there with them, and mama would look forward for me. Not saying she didn't love the other caregivers, but she would tell probably all of us a different thing, but she always told me I was her favorite. Not saying that she didn't love the rest of them, because I know she did. And I was with her. I started out being with her through private duty. I mean, through a company. Then I ended up being hired privately by the family, and I was able to meet all her sons, her grandsons, her daughter. Her, I mean, it's just phenomenal. I can go on and on and on, but in my heart, I considered her as my grandmother because I didn't have a grandmother. My grandmother's dead. My parents are dead. My daddy's hanging on by a thread. So, and she died. Literally, she died the same day my mom's anniversary death was. But technically, hospice gave her the date of the 30th. But literally, she died 11:43 on the 29th of November, which will now be two people that I love dear to my heart that died on the 29th. So I thank you so much. Thank y'all for allowing me to take care of your mother, your grandmother, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
ਬੋਲਣਾ ਦੀ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਿਨੇ ਤਾਪ ਨਿਵਾਰਨ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਕਰਤਾ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸਾਧੂ ਬਿਗਨ ਨਾ ਕੋ ਲਾਗੇ ਜਾਂ ਕੀ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਭਗਵਤੀ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਇ ਵਾਸ਼ੀ ਪ੍ਰਥਮ ਭਗਵਤੀ ਸਿਮਰ ਕੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਅਰਜਨਾਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨੂੰ ਸੁੰਦਰ श्री हरिकृष्ण दिलाई है एक बहादुर स्मरण घर नौन दसवें पातशाह गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी महाराज सब थाई में सहायक संभाषा गुरु गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी के पाठ दर्शन जी का सत्यान करके बोलो जी वाह ये पंजाबी है हाँ साहिब जाति जिन्ना नाम जपिया वंड के छकिया देख चलाई के जिन्ना प्यारियां सचेरे की कमाई का ध्यान करके बोलो जी धन धन सतगुरु श्री गुरु नानक साहिब धन धन सतगुरु श्री गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी धन धन सतगुरु श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब सर्व शक्तिमान सर्व रखे सर्व प्रतिपालक करता पुरख वाहिगुरु परमेश्वर कुमार आप जी के चरना च अरदास बेनती जोड़ी है जेहा चीरी लिखिया तेहा हुक्म कमाए घले आवे नानका सदे उठी जाए जो आया सो चल सी सब कोई आई ये मेरे मानव जी अपनी वारी अनुसार जुगेश कोहली संधू पातशाह जी ने आप जी ने माता जी ने आयु बख्शी भोगद्या होया आप जी के पावन चरणों में जाते राजे ने गुरु नानक बाबा जी आप दे चरणों च अरदास पातशाह संसार च विचरदियां गुरमुख माता जी पासों होईयां बेअंत भुलां बख्शियां ਆਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਕਮਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਥਾਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਓ, ਪਿੱਛੇ ਸੰਪਰਵਾਰ ਰਹਿਮਤਾ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖੋ ਦਾਤਾ, ਖਾਣਾ ਮੰਨਾ ਦਾ ਬਖਸ਼ ਦਇਆ ਕਰਨੀ, ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨੀ, ਰਹਿਮਤ ਕਰਨੀ। ਅਰਦਾਸਾਂ ਬੇਨਤੀਆਂ ਜੋ ਦਲੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ, ਈਸ਼ਵਰ ਦੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਮਾਤਾ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ। ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨੀ, ਰਹਿਮਤ ਕਰਨੀ, ਸੁਖ ਹੋਵੇ ਨਾਮ ਚਿਤਾਵੇ, ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ, ਸੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ।
So now we'll take you to the cremation area. If anyone wants to, before we do that, please feel free. And really, yeah, and we'll all go there. There'll be a garage up here, and you can see her do that. So if anyone wants to do that, but before we do that, anyone wants to come in and pay your respect, please do it.
ਗੁਰੂ